I just had him record. You guys have done it the last two.
You can't edit that out?
I can, but it's just annoying. Here we go.
That's really something to get upset about.
Yeah.
2
It is,
seconds
because
of
you do it
audio.
all. You do it all the time.
Because you always do it before we're ready.
Yes. You could have said, hey, we're going to start in
this
3, 2,
riveting
1.
talk. Here we go.
We're talking about 90s.
Hey, dudes, with draft season around the corner, I want to introduce you to our new sponsor, Trophy Smack. Maybe you've heard of Trophy Smack from Shark Tank, maybe somewhere else. Anyways, however you've heard of them, if you're looking for trophies, belts, rings, draft boards, loser boards, participation ribbons, anything you need for fantasy football, Trophy Smack has all your needs. For 15% off your whole order, go to www.trophysmack.com/dudes and help take your fantasy football league up to the next level. This is the Fantasy Football Dudes Podcast. What is up, my dudes? This is Trent with the Fantasy Football Dudes Podcast, and we got a draft here today. I'm joined by Jordan and Phill. Seth is still MIA. I don't know if he has food poisoning or what is going on with Seth, but today's episode, we are going to have a patriotic movie draft in honor of 4th of July that's coming up here. So we thought that'd be a good one to do. But before we get into that draft, let's recap the last draft.
For what it's worth, Trent just yelled at me and Phill for being patriotic.
Yeah.
Talking about the 90s.
I'm talking about the Apollo crash in 1986. It's one of the most pivotal moments
Wait,
of this
year?
country.
What year?
1986.
Oh, so you were talking about the 90s.
That's not in the 90s.
You said you were talking about the
No,
90s, and you
Phill
said it happened in
said we're talking
1986.
the 90s.
I don't call
We were
people
talking
Karen. I don't
about-
call people Karens much, but that was a total Karen move. Guys, we're recording. I was like, is this guy for real right now? He didn't even give us a countdown. He was like, I didn't even hear what he was saying because we were
The
so
producer in
enthralled.
the back said, you
We
ready?
were
And I
so-
said, yeah,
we were
ready.
so
And you guys
enthralled
paused.
with
As
this
soon as you hit record,
conversation.
you guys start talking
He
about
literally, he almost cut his hair and had a slide to the thing. I envisioned him having one of those comb overs with the high spike in the back. When he said that, immediately I was like, what is this guy saying?
You guys do
we're
it
having
so-
a, we're
you
having
do
a
it so much.
conversation.
You do it so
we were
much.
talking about the most pivotal moments in the United States
Yeah.
history, and you were like, guys, we got to record the episode.
Yeah, it's 10:47 at night. I want to start recording. As much as I like hanging out with you guys, let's start recording.
It was
It's a very unpatriotic way to start a patriotic movie draft.
Sorry.
You need to do some self-reflection. I might even
I'm
suggest
not
some,
doing
I
any
might even
self-reflection.
I might even suggest some yoga, maybe going out for a run, not for the self-reflection part, but just a run in general probably be good for you. There's a variety of other things that frankly, I think would be good for you that I probably shouldn't say on this podcast. But I am Trent, I've seen you get angry a handful of times. One time you had just got your license and I put a blowhorn in your ear and you got extremely
not
upset.
a blowhorn, an air horn.
I put an air horn in your ear as we were driving over a bridge.
I put up with a lot with you two, whatever you guys are. I don't.
Acquaintances,
Yeah.
friends of friends,
Yeah.
friends by marriage.
Maybe.
Friends by
We just
marriage.
we're just hot off our 200th episode, not
Yeah.
2000th.
You're
But,
hot about something,
Yeah.
and it's not just this garage. But I'll take it from here. For what it's worth, we're going to be doing a patriotic one, and we're
draft.
and we're going to go over. We're not going to do our Taco Bell one, right? We're going to be talking about.
Well, we got to figure out the draft order
based on Taco Bell.
based on Taco Bell.
So what do we have here?
All right. Well, Team 1 took first with 41% of the votes. That was Seth. He had the original Crunchy Taco. What is this called again? The Crunch Wrap.
Crunchwrap Supreme
And then
or Crunchwrap
Locos Tacos. Jordan came in last place with 8% of the votes. He had the quesadilla, the Frito burrito. What is that, Jordan?
The
Crunchy burrito.
Yeah.
And then you had the potato taco.
Yeah, people don't appreciate the spicy potato.
And then
soft
Team 3
taco.
was Phill. He had the gordita, the grilled stuffed burrito, and cinnamon twist. I came in second with 29% of the votes. I had Baja Blast, chalupa, and 5-layer burrito. So I guess it's going to go me, Phil, and Jordan. That's how we will do the draft order right there. We'll
Yeah, that
just
makes
go.
sense.
It's real easy when it's 3 because you can just go.
What I wonder is I have thought that some people think that if you scroll back up, I have a feeling people think it's like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you get what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
I think that some people are reading it like this. Even maybe they're not. Actually, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't think so because the team's on the top.
And there's 4, yeah.
This is
Let's
about
just
what the
reverse what I
Apollo. This is
said.
kind of what the Apollo argument was like. It was kind of similar to stuff like
no,
that.
it wasn't an argument. It was like Jordan was bringing up facts that I thought were important.
We were
to
having
American,
a conversation.
We were having an American history conversation,
Yes.
and
that goes very good. That was right in line with this draft, and you just completely
right in line with this draft. In fact, I think we were preparing mentally for this draft. So how are we doing this? It's you and me?
I'm going to go
Jordan?
first. Man, there's a couple here that I really want to say, but I think first one's first. I got 2 picks here, and I think they're both slam dunks, right? But I think I have to go with The Patriot is the most patriotic
That's
movie.
a good one.
There's another one that's really good, though, but Patriot, Benjamin Martin, his son, he doesn't want to go to war. It kind of gives you that aspect of the Revolutionary War.
Yep.
But he ends up going to war.
Yep.
His son dies. I think he loses 2 sons in the movie.
He
That would
loses
be a
2
spoiler
sons.
alert. Very great movie. It makes you want to start chanting. I saw it in theaters. I think the theater started, I think it for sure got claps. There might have been some USA chants, but
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely great movie. I don't know anyone who doesn't like that movie, and if they do, they probably, prefer tea over water. You know what I mean? Like
Over coffee.
over coffee. So yeah, Patriot, absolutely. I think you can make the case for another one being 101. I don't know if you guys are smart enough to take that one at 101.
I don't think I am. I don't think I've never put my I don't know which one you're thinking. I've I've strategically never been. Oh man,
Here's the thing though, like
there's so many good ones. This is actually a good draft.
I'm a Revolutionary War buff. Like that's one of my favorite things. Like I love that stuff. When he was running down the hill to kill those redcoats, and he had about 6 muskets on his back, tells his boys aim small, miss small, hiding behind trees. Just really cool how he just was rotating through muskets rather than loading like the British guys. And still, you make the argument that's the biggest upset in the history of the world that we won that battle
It's
right
a
there.
huge
You know
upset.
what I mean?
There were so many pivotal moments where if we would have lost a specific battle, the war would have been over.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have
Cornwallis and all
a
those
you have a
guys.
revolutionary photo.
I have a revolutionary photo
In your
I have a couple.
home,
I have a couple
above
yeah,
your
George
table.
Washington. Yeah, George
Yeah.
Washington at Valley Forge praying. But yeah, so yeah, I think Patriot absolute. It's the 1-1. There might be a 1A, it could be 1A, 1B, depending on who it is. Phill, you are up here. What are you thinking? This is a slam dunk.
I'm curious who you think.
Absolute slam dunk. And if this comes back to me, I might as well not.
I
vote.
think there's a couple that are pretty good here, but
I'm worried, man. I'm worried because I don't know which one you're talking about. If I could be honest with you, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I could go 5
I thought you were
rounds.
thinking of Rocky
I could
IV.
go 5 rounds.
That's what I thought.
That's a good one too.
That's
but
it's not what you're thinking of. I hope not. I have to go with. I think it was the era why this movie was so important, why this time period, why this event was so important. I'm going with Miracle.
that's what I was going to say.
That's not the number 2, guys. That's
not the number 2.
It's a great movie. I love that movie, but I teed it up for you to take this. And Miracle's great. Don't get me wrong. They beat the Russians.
They beat the Russians.
Absolutely love Miracle, but not the pick. It's not the right pick.
I don't. I need to hear. I need to know what you're gonna say.
I don't know what you're
I
thinking.
could go 5
Trent.
rounds here, but Miracle's a great movie. I don't. The problem is,
Which is a shocker because you were upset about us talking about America
I
a
want to
couple
bash
minutes ago.
this pick, but I can't because it's such a good movie. But it's not the number 2 for patriotic movies.
I have no idea what Trent's
Okay.
talking about. Here,
There's,
Jordan.
I think I have it down to 2, but I just don't know which one.
If it's Independence Day, like I don't know.
Great movie, but it's not that. So you're up, Jordan.
I'm gonna go. Man, this is tough. I got 2 that I'm gonna
Hamilton.
go. Saving Private Ryan.
That was it.
Oh,
Saving
yeah,
Private
yeah.
Ryan. Yeah, you missed it.
I almost said Saving Private Ryan, but I didn't. Yeah,
It's good.
that
It's
one is
so
such
good.
a
It's
heavy
a good
movie.
movie,
That's
man.
such
It's
a
heavy.
good one.
It's heavy.
such a heavy
That
movie.
scene where they on
Normandy?
D-Day, Normandy
that's
Beach.
such a
That's
heavy
such a
movie.
good one. It's
Yeah,
a very good
it's
scene.
a great. Yeah, Tom Hanks is great in it. You have like
Matt Damon's
Vin
in it,
Diesel's
yep.
in it. Like there's a bunch of people.
I'm a Matt Damon guy, so any of the Matt Damon movies I also really like. And yeah,
I love
that's
like his sidekick, Tom Hanks' sidekick, when he like goes over one of the bunkers and he like rips out his chew and throws it and like just comes over the top.
Yeah.
Like that movie is
And the
just
sniper when he shoots him through the scope.
Oh yeah, no, that's
I need
a great
to
one.
watch that movie soon. I didn't even watch that
Yeah,
one.
it's been a while since I've watched that one. It's really good though. But yeah, that was the pick right there, Jordan. I think Phill maybe Miracle's great though.
I think
really
Miracle
good.
is Miracle. Yeah, I don't know. I would
For what
say
it's worth, Trent, I think there's another one that you could easily take number 1 overall too.
really.
Yeah.
I there's a lot of these that I really like. I'm actually having trouble deciding, But before we get into that, I'm going to recap the first round. I had Patriot, Phill had Miracle, and Jordan had Saving Private Ryan. And today's episode. And here's the deal: is I think a lot of people might just view this different. Like maybe it's not war. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe it's sports movies.
Well,
like
that's
that.
why I went with.
I think you took the best patriotic sports movie for sure, Phill.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I went with Miracle, because it's like everyone. He's like you're playing for the team on your back.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not. They didn't put their names on those jerseys. They put US of A, baby. Like that is you can't get more patriotic.
Did they not put their
than
names?
that.
I think their names are on the back of their jerseys on that movie. I think he just said that.
Yeah,
Did
but
you play
that's
for
the
name on
thing. That's the
you
thing.
play for
though.
the name on the front, on the back. They
It's
for
the
sure have the
essence-
name on the back.
It's the essence
just
of
pay
what he
attention to
said.
the movie a little
It
bit
is the
more. So I'm
essence of
asking.
what he said. It's the essence of what he said.
All right. Well,
Understand context for once.
it's
in
not a
your
modern
life.
movie.
I actually think he said you're playing for the name on the front, not on the back.
Yes,
is
that's what he said.
Yeah.
He didn't go out and say like, "Hey, no one's putting their last names on an Olympic jersey." Like, come on, that'd be ridiculous.
To your point, Trent, I think
I mixed up the quote, but for what it's worth, the concept and what I said is still there.
I think people are gonna view this people view what's patriotic movie differently than what other people do.
Yeah, it's true. So, the modern man is a man who takes care of himself. Manscaping isn't just for life special occasions, it's a requirement. For optimal health, superior hygiene, and healthy self-esteem, you now have the right tools for safe, precise grooming in hard-to-navigate sensitive areas. They also got these Boxers 2.0, and these things are really nice. They got a couple different designs with different things on them. Go check those out at manscaped.com. Enter promo code DUDES20 for 20% off your whole order. I know Father's Day is past, but, maybe you want to get your dad something. Maybe you want to get yourself something. These Boxers, deodorant, the scrubber, all the good stuff. Go to manscaped.com to take your men's hygiene to the next level. We are in round 2 here, and I got a couple things I'm looking at. Let me see here. No one would know that. There's a great John Wayne movie here, Sands of Iwo Jima. I don't think that's going to be a vote grabber, unfortunately. Like that's an absolute great one. Anytime John Wayne dies in a movie, there's going to be tears. Bottom line.
Spoiler.
Man, what am I looking at here? I got to think a little bit.
Man, you're stalling
I
here.
think
Oh,
I'm
Mister, I can go 5 rounds.
Yeah.
I have a ton. I have a ton here. I just don't know which one I want to do. I'm going to go with Rocky
See what I
4.
said about,
I'm going to go with Rocky
the
4.
gas station? You
I
have
love
too
how
many
Phill. I
options.
love how Phill throws out ideas, then doesn't take them, and it makes it not as good. Rocky 4. This is like a huge against Russia stuff. Like Phill said, Miracle. Rocky 4 when he beats the Russian. I know it's a fictional movie, but Rocky 4 when they get all those Russians to start chanting USA, and it's talking the end. Better than 20 million. You got 2 people in here beating each other up, and the Yo Adrian. Like Rocky's great. I love Rocky 4. I think Sylvester Stallone's great. You could throw Rambo in this also, Phill. You know what I'm saying? But Rocky 4, it's the best Rocky by far.
Rocky 4 is great. You can't beat it. I think his speech at the end just kind of sums up that entire movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and just the way he talks and everything. That Russian was on steroids. Like he shouldn't have beat that guy.
He was juiced up, man.
Yeah, the machine. And
have
he
you
just
guys
went
seen
after him.
Creed? Have you guys been keeping up with Creed? Did you guys watch those?
I haven't watched the newest Creed. I need to watch that at some point.
Stand-in producer, have you seen Creed? Did you like those?
Here's
They're
the
good,
deal.
right?
Like your coach goes out there and dies. Now you got to go fight this guy. Like think of the dramatic, everything that happened. Then the whole country starts cheering for him. But Rocky 4, one of the best. He's out there running in the snow, trying to lose, what are those guys' names? The Secret Service there in Russia. KGB. They're spying on him and stuff. But yeah, great one.
KGB answers to no one.
Yeah. Phill, you're up. What are you doing here?
Man, this is tough. I kind of want to go war movie here, but I think I probably missed the boat in terms of
There's still a lot of good war movies.
there's a lot of great war movies, and I'm probably going to take an underrated one here, or a more recent one rather than I might probably
G.I.
take.
Jane.
Have never seen that. Please tell me you've seen that,
I
Trent.
haven't seen that, no. There's a lot of good war movies left that you just haven't found. What do you go with, Captain America?
Captain America, that's a good one. I have actually not seen that either. Have you guys seen that one?
Oh, I love Captain America.
Man, this is so tough.
Hidden Figures.
It's actually a good
that's
movie, Trent.
that's a great movie.
I've seen that
Have you
movie
seen
now.
it, Trent?
I haven't seen it. I
I've
need
probably
to see
seen that movie like 15 times.
I saw it in
because-
theaters, Jordan. That one was great.
because it's show. I actually don't know how many times I've actually seen the end of the movie.
Phil's going to go with Armageddon.
No, I'm going to go with what's that alien movie?
Hey,
with
are
Will
you-
Don't want to
Smith?
close
Are you gonna
your
take them? Are you
eyes.
gonna make a pick or
What is
not?
What is the
Don't wanna
alien movie with
fall
Will Smith?
asleep
What
'cause
are you
I
saying?
miss you, babe.
Can you?
You haven't seen
Make a
Armageddon?
I'm going to go with
Don't want to miss a thing.
I'm going to go with Lone Survivor.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
I think I got a winner here, man.
Lone Survivor is not bad. Lone Survivor's good. You know, you feeling froggy, then jump, Phil.
I don't even know Lone Survivor. Why can't
Have you not seen
It's
that?
with Mark Wahlberg. It's the
I like Lone Survivor better than American Sniper.
yeah.
I think
They're
you
both
guys-
really good though. Trey.
I like 13 Hours better than both of them, though, which people probably don't agree with. But
Guys, I think I'm getting a pick here that I think could have been taken number 1 overall.
Prove us wrong. Let's go.
what is it?
And I think that I think I'm getting back on the wagon after this. I'm getting back there. The original Top Gun.
It's not. I actually saw that one. A lot of people love Top Gun.
I think that could have been. I think some people would take that number 1 overall.
Now, if you would have took Maverick, I think you win the draft. But Maverick's way better than the first one.
No, the original's better.
No.
Yes, the original's better.
I think there's an argument. I like both. There's an argument to be made that they're similar, or the same in terms of.
Man, when Rooster's over there playing the piano in the second one, that didn't just choke you up, Phil.
I also
No, it
Trent,
did not.
I also
Although they gave Lamore a shout out.
Yeah,
We
they
live
give
close to
I
Lamore.
feel like the original is more like patriotic than the new one.
Really? Yeah, you're probably right with
Like
that.
it has
For
more. It has more patriotic themes to it.
that I agree with that. I like the second one better than the first one. That was the last movie I saw in movie theaters was Maverick. You know, I don't feel like I go to the movies enough anymore. But
I think of all the movies though that we've done, like Miracle. I don't think anyone would have a bad thing to say about Miracle. You get what I'm saying?
no,
People love Top Gun though.
people love Top Gun.
I
People
love Top Gun.
No, but when
Like-
I
I've
think
never
you're thinking of
understood
it,
I've
they're
never-
thinking of the second one, Jordan. When people,
No,
I don't think
no.
so.
Phil, people love
You
Top
just said
Gun.
the other- you
2
just
years
said
I
the
said I like
opposite.
the second one better, but I think if I put the draft board on and I put the right Top Gun, people aren't gonna be like, "Oh, this is Maverick."
Phil, people in our parents' generation absolutely
No,
love
I loved
Top
it.
Gun.
I
People
loved
on
it.
Twitter.
I love, man, Maverick is so good.
I see. I don't
I'm
know.
flip flopping now, I guess.
It's good, but like it's not. The classic is the classic.
So here's what I'll say: is the first one more patriotic? Yes. Is the second one better? Not because of that. You know, I like the second one better.
It's also like obviously it has 20 plus 30 years
The
of
second
like.
one when he dusts him when he's taking off on that thing to hit the G. To
Obviously,
hit 10 Gs,
like
or-
it's a better movie because 30 years later the movie was produced, and then a lot more you can do with technology and film and stuff like that. But I definitely think the first one has more patriotic themes to it.
yeah, no, I agree with you there.
For the draft's sake, you're probably right. I think you are right. But so recapping the second round, we had Rocky IV, Lone Survivor, and Top Gun. And today's episode is brought to you by Underdog Sports. Underdog is the easiest way to play fantasy sports. Draft your team and forget it. No setting lineups, no trades. It's the dude's favorite place to play best ball and all other kinds of DFS fun. Enter dudes, they will match you up to $100. There's some fun baseball stuff right now with rivals and all kinds of other good stuff. You can do a nice little snake draft, do a quick little, probably takes about 5 minutes to do a draft here with people you don't know. And then, it's all over by the end of the night. But Underdog is our favorite place for DFS fun. So here we are, round 3. You guys only want to go 3 rounds? You want to go more? I'll keep going.
Let's go for it. Let's see
just,
what we can
just
do.
try to do it. I'm going to go with Air Force One. I absolutely love that movie. Get off my plane. The president's plane gets hijacked, and he has to fight all those terrorists off. Ends up he takes his own plane back over. A lot of his passengers, pilots die. I think he has to end up landing that plane. They release that terrorist and trade for him. But yeah, Air Force One is great. They lose contact with the plane. But the end when he says, "Get off my plane," is just classic. Have you seen Air Force One, Phil?
I have not.
It's great. Harrison Ford. Jordan, have you seen that?
I think I've seen like bits and pieces of it.
I love Air Force One. It's a great movie. I recommend it. Maybe it's not based on a true story, which could hurt it.
Yeah,
I'm also a huge Harrison Ford guy, though.
Yeah, you're a big fan of Harrison Ford, huh?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So if you guys haven't seen it, I guess that's just bad content. Me having Air Force One on there, but I highly recommend that movie. It's really good. What do you got here, Phil?
Man, I'm trying to. It's difficult because I want to go to the sports genre, but it's hard to say like how.
Don't force it.
Yeah,
You already have a sports one.
I already have a sports one. I'm a little bit worried if I go, but I have a sports one and I have a war one. So now I'm like, where do I go with
Major
this?
Pain.
That's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
That's actually a great movie. And he's in the military.
You could make the argument for Major Pain. I really think you could.
You could make the argument. I'm worried that I might be falling into your bait a little bit, though.
Take Major Pain.
I worry
here. Come
that
on.
people.
One
I worry
tubby.
people. That's such a good movie,
Haven't killed a
man.
man in 3 days.
When he says the. How about when he's telling the story about the boogeyman, or what's the guy in
the little engine that could. I read that book to my daughter the other night. The real book's not as good as his.
All right. I am going with, I think I'm going to go, I'm a little bit outside. I'm going to go with, it makes you feel, man, it's hard because it's like, I don't know if it's a patriot. Man, it's so hard. Man, this is a tough one. I don't know if we should go 4 rounds. I'm starting to reconsider if we should.
You already said we should. So
if we should go 4 rounds here.
Young
Jordan,
Mr. Lincoln.
What did you say?
Young Mr. Lincoln.
No, I'm not.
Gods and
that.
Generals.
Forrest
Gump.
I'm gonna go with Glory.
It's not a bad one.
I'm gonna go with Glory. Another war movie.
Civil War.
Another war movie, but like, he like just to see them like become united at the end. I feel like, that was a good. That was a good one. That was a good movie.
I agree. That's a good one. I've nothing just bad to say about Glory. I haven't seen it enough. I think I've seen it twice, and it's been a long time. Remember, there's some good action in that movie. So I'm surprised. Would you consider Forrest Gump a war movie?
I think you could consider it a patriotic movie.
I have a couple movies here that I'm surprised Phill hasn't taken. But what do you got here, Jordan?
Okay, I think I'm gonna go. I think you guys have probably seen this movie, The Hurt Locker.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's not bad.
I don't know if I would call that patriotic. That's more of like a timely piece, because they're
he's in the Iraq War.
That's true. You're right. No, you could be right.
I mean, it's about a guy serving our country defusing bombs.
That's true. I think it's yeah.
I'm surprised no one has taken Apollo 13 in this draft. Because we're talking about spaceships for like an hour before the pod.
I don't know. I just really like Hurt Locker, and
it's a great movie.
It's probably like stretching the genre a little bit, like the.
That's a great way to describe it. I would say it's stretching the genre.
It's like it's right in there,
I think that's fine. I'm nothing like that's not one that I know enough that I'm like.
It's a really good movie.
It's good. So to recap the third round, we got Rocky IV, Lone Survivor. Oh, sorry, what did I take there? I didn't write mine down. What'd I draft, Phill?
In this third one?
Yeah, third round, what'd I take?
Jack, do you remember what he took?
You
took Air Force One.
Air Force One.
I didn't write it down. Okay, I took Air Force One, Phill took Glory, and Jordan took Hurt Locker. Let's just go one more round here, Phill. I can go quick.
Do you know what? We can't take this. We can't take this because it's not a movie, it's a series, but Band of Brothers. Band of Brothers was really such a good series.
It's a really good.
I liked the main one better than the Pacific.
I have another series.
Pacific was terrible.
It was not. It was.
And I don't know if the series really qualifies for page. Like, you guys ever watch Little House on the Prairie?
That's a series.
I understand that. I said series.
I have. I never got quite into it.
Yeah.
Like I know some people do. Like I
feel like that's a borderline patriotic.
I had a hard time growing up watching anything like Western era if there wasn't like 6 shooters. That's my problem. And like that was kind of that Western era where like I thought it should have been like more cowboys type stuff, and it just wasn't. It just wasn't there for me. And I think that's why. I think
not even necessarily cowboys, but like a hunting trip. Like they should do more hunting.
It was just like I felt like it was a girl show. Am I wrong?
I think the target audience is for little kids.
Well, it's also from like the 70s, right? Like
yeah, but so is John Wayne.
Yeah, I mean it's for families.
Yeah, it was a family show. It's that's what makes it tough, probably.
I like the time period because there's not a lot of movies or shows that have that time period either.
You guys ever see Flags of Our Fathers?
I have not.
That was pretty good. Let me see here.
National Treasure.
That's like a weird one.
That's a good movie. But here I go. I'm going to go with my last pick, 4th round. I'm going with Red Dawn.
I knew you were going to take
Absolutely
that.
great movie. It's kind of like you watch that movie and you're like, hey, do you think I could do this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, this is what
you always
you play it in your
when
mind.
You're in high school.
You play it in your mind. You're like, oh yeah, I do this.
When did your dad
this,
show you that movie, or did you watch it
I don't
after?
think I saw it till 8th grade, and I loved it. You know, those guys hiding in that little foxhole where they pop up and they, you know,
I could also argue that's not a patriotic movie, but
why not?
Well, one, it's not real. It's not realistic at all.
Well, neither is Rocky IV is not real either.
Yeah, but
how could you say Red Dawn is not patriotic? They're fighting on American soil for the first time since the War of I guess Gettysburg, like Civil War, right?
But it's not like.
Have you seen the original? Or have you only seen the new one?
I've
only seen the one with
so
Drake
bad.
and Josh.
The new one is
no,
bad.
I've seen the original.
Yeah, no, it's great.
The storyline though just doesn't really make a lot of sense to me.
Us getting attacked or what?
Like it would never happen. You would never get attacked. Like it just would never happen because the government would never allow it to happen.
Yeah, maybe now, but you don't think so in the 80s when Russia was like that was made during like when Russia was
I understand
during the Cold War.
During the Cold War, but like they were never going to get in planes and drop out of planes into your yard. The Russia was always going to. It was going to be nuclear.
That people like attack.
It was
going to
be nuclear wars.
That wasn't Russia though. I think that was Cuba, right, Phil?
What?
Red Dawn? It's Cuba.
No, I think it's both.
Okay.
I think both are actually.
It's played off the new when the Soviets tried to put missiles in Cuba when JFK wasn't president.
I just remember when like the teacher's like, these guys seem a little off course, and then he like walks out and just gets lit up. You know what I'm talking about?
You can't watch that and want to yell Wolverines. You know,
you
like
can't,
all the time.
Jordan, I don't know. Just the fact that you're disputing
that's
this
the most
makes me
unpatriotic
mad.
thing that's been
It
said
kinda
in
makes
the
me
last
mad.
week.
When he tells him to pee in the
No, I just think
the radiator.
Yeah, pee in the radiator.
I just think the premise of the movie is just super unrealistic. I think.
That's part of why, you know what? It was unrealistic for us to become a country, Jordan.
It's true. Yeah, you know what? It was unrealistic
for
that
the
we beat the British, Jordan.
It was unrealistic for the colonies to form their own country. And God bless America. We're here in 2023.
Me and Phill are full-fledged patriots.
Let's go. Come on, Jordan.
Jordan been the type of guy that's like, hey, guys, it's just a T-tax. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's just a T-tax.
It's just a T-tax.
Just take away our rights.
Yeah. That's
a bad analogy. Bad
the
comparison.
fact that we're a country should have never happened, Jordan.
All we're saying
here
is,
we
Jordan,
are.
I actually disagree with Trent here entirely. I just wanted to fire you up, Jordan. But
so you don't think that was the biggest?
Wolverines
you just said no. You said it was the biggest upset ever, the Revolutionary War.
The Revolutionary War is the greatest upset.
Oh, it is.
Wolverines is all the stuff I said about our country is spot on. I'm saying like Wolverines. I don't know. I kind of agree with you. Like it's not really a patriotic movie.
Oh, absolutely patriotic.
The Red Dawn.
Yeah, Red Dawn.
Yeah, it's. Like, I don't know.
Maybe it is. I need to watch it
Here's
again.
the deal, Phil. Don't watch it ever again since it's so unpatriotic.
That makes absolutely no sense.
All I'm saying is that I think you are stretching the patriotic genre just like I stretched it with the Hurt Locker. That's what I'm saying.
I can see Jordan taking Whiskey Tango Foxtrot with his next
I didn't
pick.
think you stretched it, Jordan, with Hurt Locker.
Like I don't know.
Yeah, Jordan would have been the guy that, goes back and gets bugged. You know what I mean? On Red Dawn. That's who Jordan would be, Phil.
Oh, the guy who eats the
tracker.
Bug. Yeah, he eats the tracker.
Yeah. All right, you're up, Phil. What do you taking?
All right,
here?
I'm up here.
You've had plenty of time to vote.
Man, I did have plenty
Avenge me.
Yeah, I brought that up on the last pod.
Yeah, you don't even like the pick. He said it's unrealistic. So
that's such a great movie though. He was the dad that wasn't he the dad that I was? Yeah. I'm struggling here, to be quite honest with you. I like like what is it called? Like historical pieces.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just gonna go with a comedy, and frankly, I think I'm just gonna go with what you said, Trent, because I had considered it. It's not a patriotic movie at all, but I'm going with Major Pain.
This is so stupid.
I'm doing it.
I want to bash you for this, but I love the movie. Major Pain. You aren't winning the draft. Why didn't you take Independence Day?
Oh, I lost.
Independence is a great.
I lost the draft. I lost the draft when you took the Patriot. The Patriot is
you lost the draft. You had an opportunity at Saving Private Ryan and totally fumbled.
No,
pick.
miracle.
You might have got Miracle in the second round.
No,
I
don't think
was
so.
going to take Miracle.
Yeah, I don't think so. Are you going to take Whiskey?
No. Let's just recap this pick. Major Pain is your patriotic movie.
Well, he's in the military.
He's in the military, but this is like,
and he brings
our whole
people.
board look like a sham.
Oh wait, sorry. He's
Red
working
Dawn
with
is
a
more
bunch.
patriotic.
He is working with a bunch of kids that are just not. They're not. They're basically.
You want to talk an unrealistic movie?
That's an underdog. They took underdogs.
Yeah, a bunch of fat kids go in there and win a race. Like, yeah, that is unrealistic, Phil.
There were some weaker ones that I feel like, you know what, Trent, I'm not gonna let you put down the movie that I chose because that is such a good movie.
You didn't even think of that movie on your own. I brought it up as a joke and you took it in the last round.
Absolutely, I did because you know what, the guy he's a veteran, and so I gotta vote for him.
Independence Day deserved to be drafted, Phil, and you didn't take it, and you probably like that movie.
Isn't that an alien movie? Oh,
yeah, it's great. Did you miss me, boys? I'm back. When the dad goes back the alien ship after all the terrible things they did to him.
I think you're talking about Men in Black.
No, Independence Day is great.
Men in
Independence Day is a great movie. The Longest Day is pretty good. Man, there's a
Ton
of John Wayne World War II movies.
Yeah, you're gonna let me take my pick or no?
No, we need to bash whatever.
I think I'm gonna go. There's a couple tough. There's a couple good ones here. I'm gonna go Pearl Harbor.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah.
I feel like there's a few ones here that just like
you couldn't have a bad pick after the last pick.
No, that's true. But like they're also just kind of all the same. Like they're all like they're good, but they're not like crazy. Like I was debating that Gettysburg's pretty solid. The Abraham Lincoln movie that came out about 10 years ago.
Was that a good one?
Yeah, it's all right. I need to watch. Sometimes I need to watch again. Honestly, a lot of these movies, like I've seen like scenes in like history, but you never watch like the whole movie. I think there's a Gettysburg scene that's pretty good.
Yeah, Ferris Bueller's Day Off would have been better than Phil taking,
You should have took Forrest Gump instead of Major Pain.
Yeah, Forrest Gump makes more sense.
I'm sticking with my pick.
I'm not a Forrest Gump fan, to be honest.
No,
it's
that
just
movie's
too
not
long.
good.
People love it though. Black Hawk Down, Phil. How do you not pick Black Hawk Down? You love that movie.
I do like Black Hawk Down. That's a good one.
Phil, I can't believe you took Major Pain.
I cannot believe you took that.
I'm all in.
That's a horrible movie. It's a horrible, Phil, that might be your worst draft pick of all time.
No, what
and
about?
you've had some bad ones.
The Green Berets by John Wayne's great.
You agreed with me on the I Am Legend.
The Alamo.
That was a dog movie, didn't you?
No, no one agreed with you on that.
That's probably on the same.
I understood the premise of you saying it could be a dog movie, but yeah, oh man, this Major Pain though may take the cake.
So what did you choose? I'm sorry.
What did I go
Pearl
with?
Harbor.
Pearl
Harbor. I thought about taking that one.
There's a lot of good Alamo movies. Yeah, I'm just.
Which one's Pearl Harbor?
That Alamo, the Alamo at the end of Davy Crockett almost is aboard. That's like a little kid movie though, but
I love Davy Crockett. I was singing the song.
Oh, Pearl Harbor. Yeah, that one came out in 2001. There was another one that came out recently.
Like Wonder Woman would have been a better pick than Major Pain.
Is Titanic patriotic?
No.
It's a good historical movie.
I thought you were saying Midway. That's the one I thought you had chosen.
My Date with the President's Daughter would have been better than Major Pain.
You know what one we missed? Unbroken.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Is that
for the record? I actually think Hidden Figures should have actually been in this conversation.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But like, it's actually a solid pick.
No, that's such a good movie, Jordan.
I threw that one out there, then Phil didn't take it because I threw it out there.
I gotta throw some comedy into mine. I think
Major Pain is not a patriotic movie.
I'll take it. I'm gonna take it.
Zero Dark 30 is pretty good.
Zero Dark 30. 13 hours is
some
good.
of these that like people like 1776. That's a broad. I'm just not into that.
I need to watch that one. I've never seen it.
Hamilton, same thing. I'm just not into that. Like that type of movie.
Yeah, Sandlot.
Patton. Did you get into Patton, Trent?
Patton is.
I like Patton. It's a little slow though. There's
tough.
some amazing quotes that Patton had. Patton has some of the best quotes ever.
Patton was like in his late 40s or early 50s when he led. Did you know that?
Yeah, I've seen the movie.
Well, when was this movie made? Yankee Doodle Dandy? That's an old one.
That's uncommon, Trent, just for what it's worth during that time. Like that age to go to lead a military.
He read Rommel's book. Okay, that's why he beat him.
Hacksaw Ridge. You guys ever seen Hacksaw Ridge?
I haven't, but I've heard it's good. 12 Strong is excellent. That's a great movie.
Oh,
Phil,
that
you
is
had it.
such
Phil,
a
you
miss.
botched your whole
Phil,
12 Strong
why didn't
was so
you wanted to
good.
go comedy? Why didn't you just take National Treasure?
Yeah, I should have.
Do you consider National Treasure a comedy?
The one with Nicolas Cage?
There's some funny stuff in there. I need to.
Maybe like
Trent,
to
it's
say
better
it's
than Major
funny.
Pain.
No, on the comedy scale, it is not better than Major Pain.
But
But,
it's-
on
Yes.
the draft, it's
on the
better.
on the Patriot scale, yeah.
To fit the draft
what
and
else?
add a little bit of humor, like
What are some other ones we missing here? Flag of Our Fathers, Letters from Iwo Jima.
Great Escape. I've never seen that
I'm
one.
kind of into trying to
That's a
find
good
some
one.
more
That any
movies
good,
here.
Trent?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, you know what? You should have done all this searching during the draft. I love throwing out bait for Phil. I
Courage
bet that he
Under
takes it.
Fire.
Oh, I'll
That's a
take it
Denzel
any
Washington.
day.
Have you seen that one?
Major Pain is. I'm gonna get
I
some
haven't,
votes
Jordan.
just on that alone. People are gonna be like, "I'm in."
Monuments Men. Is that a good one?
No,
I've heard
it's
that
about
one's
they're
okay.
like trying to
Phil
find
is the
art.
only one I've heard that said that it's not.
They're
good.
trying to find art.
I've never seen it. I
Red
can't say
Tails.
it.
Is that one any good?
I've heard that one's good too. Band of Brothers.
You know what's a borderline patriotic movie that I think if you really want to stretch it, you could have?
Hear me. Let's hear it.
Remember the Titans.
I almost took that one, Jordan.
You could have stretched that into being
No,
patriotic.
I actually was. Oh, I was considering taking it because it's a piece of American history.
Yeah, that one and even Glory Road. Like both those sports movies, you could
I haven't
stretch
seen
them.
Glory Road.
You can stretch them into
You gotta
being
watch that.
patriotic. Just because of what they're the history they're talking about and what the main. But yeah, I was those are just.
Yeah. You also could have took Teletubbies, and that probably would have been better than Major Pain.
You still watch that, don't you?
It's been a while. Anyways, I think that kind of does it, guys. Anything else you want to say, Phil? You want to say sorry for all the people you're about to offend with Major Pain on your draft?
They're
board?
gonna vote for me. I think they're gonna vote for me. I was looking up war comedies because I needed to get a comedy in there at some point. You know.
You looked up war comedies, and basically what you did is you said, "Oh, Trent already said the best one, so I'm not going to go with a war comedy."
I thought about taking Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, although I can't remember that movie.
Ernest Goes to War.
There's one on here that I'll say after the pod.
Honestly, Phil, you should have just said Band of Brothers and tried to make it work.
Yeah, that's what you should have done.
Oh, I wanted that one, but that's
You
why I
should've
said
just
it. That's
said
what I
it.
You
It
should
made
have
it
tried
work.
to fought it.
All right, let's wrap this thing
All
up.
right, guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in. As always, take care.
This has been another episode of the Fantasy Football Dudes podcast. Remember to rate, review, and follow. For more information, go to www.thefantasyfootballdudes.com. And remember, we are sorry for absolutely nothing.